Hi, this is Robert from Part Fusion Electronics, and today I'm going to try something different. I'm going to do a bit of an unboxing and assembly video. I've ordered a vacuum chamber and pump for some future experiments with kind of resin and silicone casting. Ordered them through AliExpress. I ordered them, they were shipped by DHL. It took about 3 or 4 days to get from China to Ireland. So this is the vacuum chamber and this is the pump. So I'll just get my knife and open up the chamber first. So that's the lid. So that was the valves, the basic tools. There's the valves and the vacuum gauge. And then there's the steel vacuum chamber. So yeah, so the company's lab first. It's nice welded handles, some tubing. There's our instruction manual, and then there's like a silicone base. A little bit metal dusty on the inside, but that's okay. Some metal contamination. It's the same sort of metal on the inside. I'm assuming that'll wash off. Or warnings, insulation, FAQ warranty. That's a nice heavy plastic lid. I'm not sure what type of plastic it is. 17 millimeters thick. I've set up another camera. The instructions are fairly straightforward. Got a bit of a damp tissue paper just to see if I can clean up this metallic residue. Yeah, that's coming off fine. The acrylic polycarbonate, it doesn't say which exactly one it is. Don't use chemicals that can damage acrylic. It says you don't need a washer on the inside. So the supplied spanner doesn't actually work there, but I can hold the gauge itself to tighten it. Be a bit straighter, it doesn't really matter. So now we can move on to the vacuum pump. Just put out some newspaper. The pump comes doesn't come with any vacuum oil. The pump is potentially covered in oil or has oil contamination on it. UK to Chinese and American adapter included. Pretty heavy. I'm not sure if the fittings are airtight, but I'll try them without it for the moment. It seems to show this top one is the one to use. Exhaust there. So there's the oil level. It's basically empty. Picked up a funnel at the local kind of dollar store. So I've moved out to do this filling the shed. It's near a busy road, so I'm sorry if there's a traffic noise. My funnel doesn't fit exactly. The oil level does seem to be going down. The fill indicator here doesn't seem to be changing much at all. One advantage of being in the shed is I can get access to my bike tools. There's I think an outlet here for draining the oil. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slightly open it, maybe to let a burp of air in. Little bit of a leak. That's where you're meant to take the oil out of. I'm not sure if opening this drainage valve made any difference. So while that's filling up, I can take the adapter that's provided. So it's a UK adapter to these middle three are used in China, and then it looks like it's also compatible with the US style sockets. Up near the maximum level now. It didn't actually spill onto the floor. The only oil that spilled onto the paper was the oil that I let out through the drainage valve. You can see there that's, I think you might be able to see there it's near the maximum level. And then I'll just try turning it on with nothing connected. So that's the exhaust, and that's the vacuum. It's not crazy loud. There's a label here on the gauge to you have to cut off this little rubber seal. But what I have is I have some marshmallows. So I've got mini, normal size, and a giant marshmallow in this little plastic container that I'm going to use to experiment with. I have to put on the hose, the vacuum hose. I'm not sure how well I've tightened all these things in. Turn both off, then that'll start pulling the vacuum on the tube. Okay, then I'm not sure how long that took. So that's actually a very good vacuum, and it seemed to be very quick in my reckoning. Okay, so we need to turn off the vacuum, and then we can turn off the pump, and then we kind of check to see if it's holding a vacuum. Yes, it's holding. So that only took a couple of minutes to get up to minus 29 inches of mercury, minus 1 bar. Then what I want to do is open up the inlet valve to the atmosphere. So we now should be able to lift off the lid. And we can pick out one of the marshmallows. Taste, they're good. So I think this is a winner. It seems to work really nicely. Went together really well. The only issue I had was that it wasn't obvious how the oil was filling in, but that makes sense now, is that there's more of a reservoir in the bottom of the oil tank before it gets to the point where the gauge fits in, and maybe I should have had a different type of funnel. Or I'm going to look at like silicone mold making, resin casting. Many people prefer to use pressure casting, and that's something I will look into. At some point I will get a pressure tank and a compressor, but I don't really need those at the moment. I'll provide probably affiliate links for where I got this. I got this from AliExpress. It cost me about 160 euros or $180 excluding shipping. So the shipping was expensive enough, but it was 2 big boxes. I was able to get the oil locally, and that was about 17 euros for 5 liters, and that's a consumable. I went for a slightly bigger pump, or more powerful pump. So that was a 2.7 liters per second or a 6 cubic feet per minute. This seller, Lab First, kind of normally sells a 3 cubic feet per minute pump, but I wanted to be able to degas things a lot quicker. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe or comment. You can follow me on Twitter. Thank you. Bye bye.